My name is Alea Lopez. I'm a project lead at Parametrics Medical. We are part of the donated human tissue process. We offer regenerative medicine, allograft tissue, as well as biologics implants, and work closely with facilities and distributing teams to get it to the end user. We first built an app on Creator around 3.5 years ago, a couple months into when we first started using Zoho, and it was for one of our specialty divisions. We needed an application that could basically stay around our compliance issues, but be very customizable. We built an app called Non-Surgical Therapies Order Management, or NOM, as we call it internally. We weren't able to do it by ourselves, as it was our first app we were utilizing in Creator, so we contacted a Zoho partner, BSP, and they were able to build it out for us. Yeah, so we have an additional 4 that we use on a daily basis. 2 of them are order trackers for 2 different divisions of our company. One of them is an AR tracker and another one is a quote builder. We weren't able to go with an off-shelf application just because of the compliance standards we have to meet. And then our industry is very niche. So while yes, we could grab one off the shelf and kind of bend ourselves to make us fit, there was always this aspect of, okay, but then it's gonna be missing something that we really need. We're gonna have to pull that from somewhere else, or we'll have to create a sheet to keep track of that while keeping everything else in the application. With Creator, we were able to adhere to compliance, greater organization, efficiency, and order management. We're able to really focus in on new ways that we can grow, new areas we can focus on, places we didn't think to look at where there might be a problem and how we can find that solution. Creator has been able to enlighten us in those areas. We hook up our Creator to our CRM, and because we're able to do that and we're able to pull over the revenue from all of our distributors that we have, when doing that, we're able to see which distributors don't have revenue. And so because we can see that, we are able to ask ourselves the question of, why don't they have revenue? Is this an us problem? And if it's an us problem, what part of our process isn't working? Where do we need to improve? Where do we need to do something new? So we're actually now assigning someone to follow up with those distributors who are contracted with us, but we're not getting revenue from. So we're able to follow up with that, see that problem, fix it, and really designate and try to find that solution. And honestly, I thought this from the get-go as well. I was like, oh, it's just an application. It's like anything else you can get. But then I started using it and I was like, no, I can do whatever I want here. I can make anything happen. And anytime we have a meeting, we just had a meeting the other day and they asked, can it do this? And I said, yeah, it can do that. And it was every time they asked, can it do this? I said, yes, it can do that. You just tell me what you want and we will make it happen. So my advice is to get a demo, ask questions, and assume that every single question you're going to ask, the answer is going to be yes, because it probably will be.